Welcome to the Glenn Beck program. We just had Cheryl Atkinson in studio, and I found it interesting that she said, she hadn't really done her thorough work on Walz yet. Now, she's not a political reporter like we are. She has to cover, a little bit of everything, and she has been, deep in this medical community stuff. But how many, this is a really well-informed person. How many people really don't know who this guy is? On Wednesday, we're going to be doing a full-on expose of the Harris-Walz ticket, the most radical presidential ticket in U.S. history by far. We've had socialists before, but as a fringe third party or something. The thing that they are really for is the completion of the fundamental transformation of America. When she ran in 2020, there wasn't a single delegate that was for her. Not one. They say that she's rolling out her platform here in a couple of weeks, but we really know her platform because already you can buy a trans flag T-shirt that says Harris-Walz. So it's at least more of the same. During the 2019 Democratic primary debates, she was for decriminalizing border crossings and providing illegals with taxpayer-funded health care. Well, that's happening. That's happening. So if you think, I saw Walz say this weekend, well, we're going to have to try to get a little more serious about the border. A little more serious about what are you talking about? You're both for open borders.
Eden Pure is back with their famous Thunderstorm air purifier. It's their top seller air purifier that quickly destroys viruses, odors, mold, and so much more. With thousands of 5-star reviews, you know it works. Any smell will vanish after just a few seconds of the Thunderstorm being plugged in. Odors, litter boxes, trash cans, cigarette smokes, dirty diapers. Wow, I don't want to visit that house. The powerful Thunderstorm sends out O3 molecules that seek out and destroy odors. I have these in my house. They're great. The molecules go behind and under furniture. Nothing can hide from the Thunderstorm. Best of all, no filters to buy over and over again, saving you money. Start enjoying your home again and get several Thunderstorms. Right now, you can save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for the whole home protection. You get 3 units for under $200. Put one in your basement, bedroom, family room, kitchen, wherever you need the air to be clean. Go to EdenPureDeals.com, EdenPureDeals.com. Use the promo code Beck and save.
She co-sponsored Bernie Sanders' Medicare for All bill to eliminate private insurance. Okay? She was the first Democratic senator to do so. In 2020, in the height of the George Floyd protest, she definitely wanted to reimagine public safety and defund the police. In 2004, she declined to pursue the death penalty against a man who murdered a San Francisco police officer. She supports the new Green Deal, the most authoritarian legislation in U.S. history. And by the way, that's just some of the parts. It's not complete yet. That's just some of the parts. She wants to pack the Supreme Court and eliminate the Senate filibuster. She brags about having ensured access to gender reassignment surgery for California prisoners. She's championed the Equality Act, which would allow trans to compete in women's sports. She has a borderline obsession with abortion. She twice voted for the Born Alive Abortion Survivors Protection Act. So in other words, you're born, they don't have to give you anything. The baby. She's quite a piece of work. And this Wednesday, we're going to go into how did she become this? Who is she? Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Show me your family. She was brought up by a Marxist economics professor, her dad, in Berkeley, California. Her dad wrote an essay in 1972. Now think of that. We're at the height of the Cold War. In 1972, her dad lauds the Soviet 5-year plan as a model for designing economies. The 5-year plan was a disaster. The 5-year plan is pretty much what the WEF is doing to us now. You're starting to see the 5-year plan for the global elites today. It's not going to end well. It never does. Her stepdaughter is pro-Palestinian Gaza. Her brother-in-law, Tony West, number 3 in the Obama DOJ. He was brought into the DOJ by Eric Holder, and he was brought in to be one of the lawyers for the Al-Qaeda defendants at Gitmo. I mean, these guys, woo-wee, this is quite a family. Oh, by the way, her brother also was the defense lawyer for John Walker Lynn, the American Taliban. From where was it? And Zanzibar. From Afghanistan to Zanzibar. So this is not somebody that is right down the middle. And like Cheryl said, they just told all of the voters in America, even the delegates, don't worry about it. Don't worry, we got it covered. You don't have to vote. We know who's best for you. Tell me who's for democracy, because the only part of democracy that we actually have is the vote. We vote for a representative. They just took away the only part of the democracy that we have. Think of that. And nobody seems to care. It doesn't seem to matter to anybody. Oh, and by the way they did it, oh my gosh. On CBS this Sunday morning, Biden confirmed that he had been pushed out. Now, here's Pelosi on pressuring Biden to drop out. Cut 3, please.
His legacy as a preeminent president, and it's hard to, he's right there among the top few, a very consequential president. I wanted the decision to be a better campaign so that we could win. I did not think we were on a path to victory. So that was really more the thing. He made his decision that would be accomplished by him stepping aside.
That's interesting. Did you hear what she just said? I wanted the decision to be a better campaign so we could win. He's a fabulous president. But we couldn't win. No, he hasn't been a fabulous president because he's not running things. He's incapable of understanding what's going on. So maybe you could even say, a lot of his policies that, we all came up with, we all worked on, they happened under his watch and we really appreciate it. But he's too senile to run the United States of America. It's only about winning. The ends justify the means. If you cared about this country, you would be demanding the 25th Amendment. You'd be demanding it. In any sane culture, any sane society, any civilization, you would be demanding the 25th Amendment. If you had a voice, you would be saying, that guy can't drive my mother home. I wouldn't trust that this guy could watch anybody at any time. And I'm not just talking about all the weird stuff in his family. I mean, he won't remember what he's supposed to do. I wouldn't leave my grandchild with him. Not for an hour, not for 2 hours, not for 10 minutes. We're leaving our country to him. And she says it was his decision. Quote, but I wanted the decision to be a better campaign so that we could win. I didn't think we were on a path to victory. So it's one of those decisions. I don't know if your parents ever gave you one of these decisions. Well, you make the decision. Which is it going to be? Well, wait, I don't think you're going to be cool with whatever decision I'm going to make. That's exactly what he was presented with. This is a coup. Pretty remarkable. Pretty remarkable. In a couple of weeks, and this Wednesday night, we're going to tell you how radical these guys are. And we'll back it up with all the facts and figures, and hopefully you'll be able to share those with your friends. But the other side of this coin is we're making this about Harris and Trump when it's not about Harris and Trump. The only reason why they have made Donald Trump into the biggest villain of all time is because he will not play the game. When Ronald Reagan was in charge, the Democrats and the Republicans, they didn't like him. The Republicans hated him. The Democrats hated him so much, they changed their voting rules. That's when they came up with the super delegates. We're never going to let that happen to us. No grassroots person is just going to supersede everybody we want. And the Republicans left that alone. So you still can get a grassroots guy, somebody who just takes off out of nowhere. And that was Ronald Reagan. But when Ronald Reagan was in office, the United States was still king. We were still independent. We have let so much global bullcrap come into our country, affect our politics, affect our politicians. So many people are on the payroll of somebody other than you that we're now, as she said, passing the same legislation with the same names over in Europe and here. When has that ever happened in your lifetime? It doesn't. It doesn't. That shows you we are on a path of a global Western government. One global Western government. Well, I didn't vote for that. I don't want to vote for that. I don't want that. But you're never going to be able to get away from it unless you admit the candidates are under their control. Except for one. Except for one. One guy says America first. One guy says, I'm not playing that game. One guy says, we're getting out of this global climate treaty. One guy is saying, no, the central bank is not going to issue central bank digital currency. That is slavery. One guy is saying that. And that's why they have to stop this one guy. Why are all the central banks working in concert? Why are all the central banks doing exactly the same thing in every country, even though it's not working? Why is the central bank cool with inflating our money? Why are the central banks over in Europe cool with us inflating our money? Because it makes it harder for them to buy things. What's really going on here? By the way, the Great Coral Reef, I guess because of global warming, it is at its third straight year of miraculous expansion and growth. No, but keep listening to the experts. They know.